Hey, how's it going, everybody? I just wanted to talk to you today about something that's just been on my mind a lot lately, and that is the values that I learned as a Boy Scout when I was a young man. I was in scouting from about the late 90s into the early 2000s. And I know that Boy Scouts of America doesn't really exist anymore in the way that it used to. It's undergone some fundamental changes that some of those have been a bit controversial, but I'm not educated enough in that to really speak on it, and that's not really why I'm here today. What I want to talk about is just some of the values that I learned as a Boy Scout and how I think it's important for reshaping our culture as we grow our young people, but also just as adults. I mean, I think we need to instill these values into ourselves. And those of us who maybe went through scouting, maybe just need to remember some of these values. I think it's very easy to, when you're in the program, you think about it often, these values, but as we get older, we tend to maybe discard them in a way, not even on purpose. We just forget about it. And that kind of defeats the purpose, right, of these values in the scouting program is because they're meant to shape us for the rest of our lives, just not while we're in the program. And so I want to do a few different videos on the four basic fundamentals of scouting. You have the scout oath, you have the scout law, you have the scout motto, and you have the scout slogan. And I just want to take some time in the coming videos to talk about each of those. And so today I want to talk about the scout oath and how I believe that it's an important piece of the puzzle for reshaping culture and getting back to a place where we're all living out our lives, doing our duty to one another, to God, to our country, helping other people, and all in all, just making the world a better place, which I think hopefully should be all of our goal is to make the world a better place. So I'm going to read the Scout Oath from a digital copy of a Scout handbook that I was able to get a hold of, and then just go through each of the pieces of the Scout Oath. I think there's like 10 parts really to it, and just want to share that with you today. So the Scout Oath says, "On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, and to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight." So the first piece of the Scout Law says, "On my honor." Now, what is honor? Honor is who we are. It's who we are inside. It's our integrity. It's our reputation. It's the way we treat others. It's how we act when no one is looking. And by giving our word at the very beginning of the Scout Oath, we're promising to be guided by its ideals. The next part says, "I will do my best." And that just means that we do our best to live by this Scout Oath. Even when we're faced with difficult challenges, we measure our achievements against our own high standards, and we're not influenced by peer pressure or what other people do. The next part says that we are to do our duty. What is duty? Duty is our service. It's our service to God. It's our service to others. It's our service to our nation. It's what other people expect us to do. And more importantly, it's what we expect of ourselves. The next part is, who are we doing our duty to? We do it first to God. Our family and religious leaders teach us about God and the ways that you can serve. You can do your duty to God by following the wisdom of those teachings and by defending the rights of others to practice their own beliefs. Next, it talks about doing our duty to our country. This is very important, right? A lot of people just don't care about the United States right now, and it's sad, and we should care about our country. We should care about making it better. So the next part, doing our duty to our country, we help the United States continue to be a strong and fair nation by learning about our country, right? Learning about our system of government, learning about our responsibilities as citizens. When you do all you can for your family and community, you are serving your country. Making the most of your opportunities will help shape our nation's future. Next, it says we are committing to obeying the Scout Law. And we'll talk about the Scout Law in the next video. But What we're saying here is that in our thoughts, in our words, in our deeds, the 12 points of the Scout Law will lead you toward doing the right thing throughout your life. When you obey the Scout Law, other people will respect you for the way you live, and you will respect yourself. Next, we're committing to help other people at all times. All times. We're cheerful. We lend a helping hand. We ease the burden of people who need assistance. We help whoever we can, whenever we can. And in doing that, we are making the world a better place at all times. All times is a reminder to help even when it is difficult, and just as important, even when we're not being asked. We help no matter what. You see a need, you take care of it, you help. Next, we commit to keep ourselves physically strong. Take care of your body, okay? Taking care of your body prepares you for a lifetime of great adventures. You can build your body's strength and endurance by eating right, getting enough sleep, and exercise, being active somehow, some way. Also meaning that we avoid the things that will harm our health, like drugs, alcohol, anything else that's going to be harmful to your health. We commit to be mentally awake. We develop our minds always, not just in a classroom, but all the time. Always be learning something. I wholeheartedly believe that. Be curious about everything. Ask questions and work hard to make the most of your abilities. With an inquiring attitude and the willingness to ask questions, you can learn much about the world around you and your role in it. Lastly, we commit to be morally straight. Your relationships with others should be honest and open. We respect and defend the rights of all people. We are clean in our speech and actions, and we're faithful in our religious duties. Values that you practice, these values that we're going to talk about, they will help shape a life of virtue and self-reliance. And so that is the Scout Oath. And I think it is important to begin to reinstill these values in our young people, in ourselves, so that we can make our country and ultimately the world a better place. I don't think we can pass this up. And it's easy. It's right here in front of us. And by doing these things, we're going to show people how much we care. We're going to show our nation how much we care. And I promise you, I guarantee you, by having these high moral standards and these high values, we will make the world a better place. And we will have a life of unity and harmony and peace with one another. And that should be our goal. And if it's not your goal, just check yourself. But guys, that's the Scout Oath. I'm going to come back in another video and share the Scout Law, other videos on the Scout motto and the Scout slogan. And I just want us to be taking this seriously and using these virtues as a way to, again, reshape our culture and reshape our world so that we're all living in a better place. None of us are here on our own, so we all have to do our part to make the world a better place. And I think it starts here with something as simple as the Scout Oath. So thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.